That's one of the agenda will be on today. Then creating of dashboard, then interactive formatting, question and the rest. So we talked about cleaning, and we also talked about formula yesterday and the importance of cleaning data and the visualization. So today we go on why do we need to visualize our data and what is the aim of doing visualization, then enable pattern recognition, then transform raw data into so enable pattern recognition, transform raw data into meaningful insight, then example of sales trend and chart. So types of Excel chart are one, column and bar chart. We have line and area chart. We have pie and donut chart. We have scatter and bubble chart. We have combo chart, and when to use each of them. So this is a brief example of each of those charts. This is a column chart, a line chart, a pie chart, a bar chart, scatter chart. So each of these charts is being used in different data, depending on what you want to do or what you want to visualize. If you use a pie chart where you're supposed to use a line chart, the interpretation will not give the message that it's supposed to give. So because of that, you have to know which chart fit in your data, or we interpret your data for audience to know what you're trying to sell or present to them. So key chart elements are one, your chart needs to have a title, a label. It has to have the legends, the arcs, the grid lines, the data series, and color coding. Because of those color coding is very important in chart, because if your chart is messed up with different colors, it will not be easy for interpretation. So that's why you have to make your color code presentable when you are doing it. So building your first chart, what do you need to do when you want to build your first chart? The first thing is to go to Excel, click on Insert. After you've placed your data, open your Excel, it has the data on it. Then you click on Insert, click on Chart, then you select the type of chart you need. Then you choose the appropriate data range, then customize your chart style to fit in your visualization. And it's also good to label your chart to interpret the value in details. So Excel dashboard concept. What is a dashboard? Combining multiple visual on one sheet, then summary of key performance. Building a simple dashboard, use a clean data set. Just as we said yesterday, when you want to have a good data visualization, you have to have a good data for it. You have to make sure your data is clean, and your data is it's not having duplicates, and it's not having wrong date format or numbers, and no blanks in it. So you take them out before you can have a proper visualization. So we also try to do all these things today as the class before we end the class today. Then the activity for today is to participate and create a dashboard from a data set. We'll use create one, a bar chart, a pie chart, and a line chart. Then we style the chart. Then use slicer, use apply conditional formatting. These are the things we try to meet up with today on today's class. So without delay, I believe we go to the Excel where the practical will be on, so that we understand what we're talking about. So one, before we do that, make sure you keep it clean and use a constant, make sure your colors, just as I've said earlier, is presentable, and focus on the insight, what you want to gain or interpret with the data. So we let's see how to share my screen. Okay, so this is my screen, and this is the data I will be working on. One is a sales data, just as I've said, and then it has the years. We have the figures of the sales and the months of the year. So first and foremost, we have to make the data, the Excel, the looks presentable. So let's do some formatting on it. Okay. So that it will be more presentable when so add some, highlight the color. Also make it has space so that the details you have on the Excel will be readable. That those are very key. When then add our total. So we'll try to use in the shortcut. If you just click highlight your figure at the bottom, you could see the total figure or average or the count, everything under the Excel. But sometimes the best thing is to do is to go to your formula, add up, use a formula, your sum formula, press your enter, gives you your total. Same also we're doing in this place. Drag it down. Okay, so now we've gotten the total figure of sales be done. You could add your command to make it more readable, which is a plus. You could do that. To make it readable. Then now we get our first chart, which is click on insert. Let's click get our first chart. So we change the title. Put it as General Motor. So this is our first chart. So now we could work on the chart whereby you change the colors if you want to. If you select the chart, come to your design or format, it gives you option to change the layout or the element of your chart. So depend on what you want to do, or you could select from here, change the style of the chart. All is possible. So then if you don't like the color, you could select each one, you format it, you change the color, let's say green, the outline, then the fill, make it blue. So depend on what you want to do. So this is the first chart. So also the same data, you could also highlight it same way and pick a pie chart. Go to insert, go to your pie chart. You go through it to know which one fits your design, easy to interpret. You drag it, place it. Then same also, there are different charts you could get at the end of, depend on what you want to do. So you could also get a tree map. You could get a sunburst, depend on what you're trying to interpret. That will determine, you could do a line to interpret the sales, depend on the message you're trying to pass. That's what matters. So I think we've gotten this also. So these are different charts. We've gotten, okay. This is the first one, which is the column and or a bar chart. This is the histogram. Then we could use another data. Let's see if we could get our, let's see. So you could get scattered chart from this one, depend on what you want to do. So you could see the good thing about visualization is it gives you option to see the growth, the sales, what happened within the year from 1995 to 2020. You see they'll have big sales, low sales, depend on the average game people play. That will determine the how your chart will look like. Okay. So those are the basics of charts you could get. And At the end of it all, visualization is important when you have good data to interpret, and make sure your data are clean, and make sure you have the reason why you are doing your visualization, not just interpreting data wrongly, but you have to interpret your data to have meaningful insight at the end of it all. So we'll stop here today. Then tomorrow we continue with Power BI. If you have any question, post it in the group so we get back to you on it. Thank you.